And what really touched me to be involved within this is because I know how it feels to come from overseas and to pick apples um, and finding better life. And because they take the risk to come from overseas, from Tonga, and knowing if they're gonna go back home or not. And what we do is investigate or what it could do better or what it could have been done to for that person to doing all investigation and stuff.
Yeah.
And it's to prevent not to happen again and to keep our Pacific people safe.
Well, what are the things you see that that's not safe that in that environment that you see that they don't talk about?
Um, well, it's really up to people's choices because money can make people switch in 1 second and not think about safety.
Yeah.
When they think about, oh, I have to go to work because either I don't do this or that. If I don't fix this, I'm not going to have a job again. I'm not going to come back again. But safety is really important. If they don't follow the procedure, there is a 50% they will make it alive. And that's something that we try to fix or to prevent not to happen again, because there is 1,000 people that comes from overseas and not knowing or understanding, but they'll just say yes, 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 yes. But because our role is to make them understand what health and safety is important for them, so they can go back home. Yeah.
So do you see? So there are a lot of Tongans out there that get injured or sometimes do they even die on the job?
Yes. There was one in 2018 or 17, where there was a group of Tongans that came from overseas or came from Tonga to work as apple pickers, and they eventually died for somebody's driving, and there was the one hill that was the driver's responsibility, and he had only one job, is to focus and to be responsibility within his actions, and because he putting other people at risk, he didn't think of that. And yeah, basically we had to go investigate and see what could have been prevented and what could have been done better and not happen again. Yeah.
Okay.
And something that I love to do for our people.
So, based on your experience, do you see a lot of the employers, the employers who employ these people to pick the apples, right? Do they make it a priority to make sure they're safe, or do you see a lot of companies, employers, they don't really care about the safety for their workers?
Majority of the warehouse workers are just basically money focused. We need some people to work, come and make the money, but not thinking about the safety of other people. So what we do is to make them understand make them understand if they're Tongan or Samoan. When we have a person that's Samoan, that person can go and talk to that person in Samoan, and because majority of the warehouse they're Palangi, right?
Yeah.
What we do is to we're Pacificers. We come and make them understand what the risk and the hazards of the warehouse to prevent no accidents or anything like that.
Do the Balangis or the bosses, do they provide the resources for them to be and the tools for them to be safe, or they don't really provide them a lot of resources?
They do provide safety equipment for the workers and everything, but majority of them the Tongans, they don't like to say no. They think they know everything, and
Yeah.
like the photo ones say, and especially the photo ones, they'll just say yes, they understand, but really they don't understand at all,
Yeah.
and that makes us partnership with the company is for us to do presentation and to like talk to people and make them understand. Yeah.
So when you talk, have you ever? So when you talk to these Tongans in at your work, what are they saying? What are they saying to you? Do they about their job, about the safety, about what of their work conditions? What are they
Mm,
saying to you that they don't say to the Balangi, but they say to you in private?
mm. I said speak up.
But what did they say? What did they tell you?
Oh, what did they tell me?
Yeah.
They told me like a lot of hazards, like um, like for example, this the sites is not safe. Just mainly just um, what. Oh, this is what they mainly tell me is that they want to go home safe. That's all they
Oh,
want, and
okay.
I said, yeah. And I said I'll do my best to talk to communicate and um, negotiate with the Balangis. With they are the one who provided everything, but they do ask me a lot of questions about pay rise and and how it works, and they just um, because majority of them they only have like 2 hours or 3 hours to talk with their loved ones, and they'll go back to work and come back and they only have 2 hours. They're not allowed to be have that freedom selves within themselves within the houses they stay in. It's not really good houses, and um yeah, so it's basically like little stuff like that we fix and talk to the manager or like the healthy safety balangis, and to make them live comfortable while they still working, and need them to talk to their loved ones in Tonga for a little bit longer, because they only see them like once a week video calling, and they're here for like what 6 months, 5 months, more than that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so what we do is just like, reports, that kind of stuff to help them have a little bit of themselves and while their time here, and also making money at the same time.
Okay. So those families, I mean, do you do you, do you feel like sometimes the workers or the employers or the bosses do they really take care of of the Tongans or the workers, or do you feel like that they they don't necessarily do their best job, or maybe sometimes take advantage of workers because they don't speak the language or they don't understand? What do you like? What's your experience?
Um, yeah, they do take care of them.
Yeah, really, yeah,
When it comes to necessarily busy season or something, they 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 don't really care. When it
yeah,
comes to, they just want the job to be done.
yeah.
Yes, with that, it's kind of not safe, so they don't really care on that side when it comes to busy times. Yeah.
How many injuries like on average do you see a year?
To New Zealand?
Yeah, like in the workers, like how many injuries? Like what's the average of how many people get injured?
Oh, injured.
Injured, yeah, in a year.
I would say more than 1,000, more than, yeah, million, 1,000 a year.
A thousand.
Yeah.
And what's the age range? Is that all the way from 18 or all the way to?
No, some of them are really like young. 18, 18, 18
Yeah,
to like not 50, 49.
49.
Yeah.
Is that men and women?
Men and women, yes.
Oh wow,
Yeah.
man, that's okay. And
Yes.
what about the deaths? How many people die on average a year?
Um, I would say 2000, 2000.
Wait, 2,000 deaths?
Yeah, more than 2000.
Yo, that's a lot.
Mm, yeah,
Yo, that's that number that's scary.
it is. That's why it's important what we do.
Wow, 2,000. That's 2,000. That's wow. That's 2,000 people. That's sons, daughters,
Mm,
moms, dads, grandpa. Oh my dang!
yeah. That's,
Yo,
that's
that
the
then
last thing we want to call out to their loved ones to say, hello, sorry to call, but your parents died. And that's the last thing we want to do is do
man,
that.
I'm not gonna lie. That kind of that saddens me right now.
Mm,
To
it is.
see how to see how people go out there to work to make a living and to take care of their family back home, and to see them
There to be
working.
yeah.
I mean, they probably working not in the best working conditions and and resources, but then pass away. Wow, man, that's
That is why it's important what we do. It's to make them understand because they provide it for us, but all we had to do is just it's just like with any other persons out there, with any other person like myself. If you're gonna tell me something and I just keep saying yes, but I don't understand it, and then when I do the job and keep repeating the injured and things like that, it can cost them to death. And it's kind of sad. Well, majority of them it's Polynesians, so